a union and be one country. And I think, Abi, you were the one talking.
Yes. I don't know if my picture is starting that again. But you can hear my voice, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, what I was saying is that if we look at the other regional movement towards unity, it did not start as at one. It's a process.
Okay.
So usually it starts first with economic cooperation. And after that, when people become more portable, usually is when people move to the other level. Right now, what we're doing with the economic integration and things like parliament, regional parliament, and visa waiving these country to be able to go to another country, those are processes that will develop, will create like a sense of cohesiveness. Like people will feel like they know other people, and eventually it can be easy for us to move to other level later on after we become comfortable with one another. So that is how I look at it. We are not where we want to be. To me, it's a process that is creating. I have not been to Tanzania. I was in Kenya. I was in so I saw a lot of people from different countries, staying in those places. So those are sort of youth integration that eventually will make people comfortable to move to another level.
But remember already the East African community now, we have the same passports. We have the East African community passports. So don't you think we are towards that integration?
Yes, we are, but it will take time because as other two speakers talked about the difficulty and institutions, people who are in charge of the state, the challenge of how we behave, it will prevent us for a while. Because each country has their own institutions. Key players in those countries may not want unity now because of power. So that will over time develop. We'll move us later. We may have different people who who have already experienced with other countries, are more familiar with people from other countries. They are not really want power. They want to develop the country. It will take time the way I see it, but we will eventually reach there. Even if we start with the economic integration, that will create more citizen-to-citizen interaction with the businesses.
Okay. Andrew, now with the movement of Bobby Wine, let us assume Bobby Wine will win Tanzania to become a president, which will make him the youngest president probably in the world. Don't you think, where do you see Uganda and East Africa with the Bobby Wine as a president?
Well, I'm not 100% Bowen is going to be the president. As much as I want him to be the president of Uganda, we have a strong man right now who is not willing to give power. And one of his reasons of not giving up power is he's saying that he doesn't want to leave power before the East African community becomes a federation.
Okay.
Is in the flow.
Okay, Jimmy, what do you think with the new generation coming, uh, and what can you do, because this is a time for you guys, and if Bobby wins in Uganda, don't you think the young people are more likely to integrate than the old guards?
Correct. I think it's the new mindset. I think the younger generation obviously is more energetic, and I think their vision has changed compared to the older folks. And when I look, for example, in Tanzania, I look at maybe the minister's cabinet. That a lot of older folks, which is nothing bad, but they are always doing things the old way. Like back in the 90s, you get the minister, okay, the driver comes, picks you up, takes you to the office, you're drinking tea in the office, you're just signing papers, signing things, and going back home. Like, the world we're at now, the 21st century, it requires more than that for countries to move forward and make a step.
Okay.
I think we need younger folks to also put on exposure. I think also we do need to tap into our diaspora. We bring in people who have an exposure, who have seen how things are done in these developed countries, and try to apply and utilize their mindset back home and change how things are done. And there's no way we're going to develop without business. And to use the example of Uganda, I mean, try to use different ways which have not worked for the past years. How is he all of a sudden going to change in the next 5 years? We definitely need to reshuffle our decks and our cards and try to have a new thinking and try to get back to positive forward.
Okay. Well, one of the problems facing most of East African countries, or let's say African countries, is the national debt, like the Chinese debt, which I know all these countries are having, and we are borrowing from the future. As young people, what would you like the people now in the leadership to do about the national debt? Abi? Abi?
That is a good question. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you talk louder a little bit?
Okay. The issue of debt really is one of the biggest challenges, because we're borrowing money right now. I'm not using the money for development. The second is that they are borrowing for their own use. And so they're looking at it like, I'm going to borrow and then that will be gone when the country is paying back, which is not a good way of being in charge of a country. One should look at it as your own debt.
Okay.
So when you borrow money, it should be you're borrowing money to do an investment rather than just look at it as you're using it for your own pocket. So that is how I'm looking at it right now. The other challenge is that there are local resources. I was in charge of, I was part of the state council. And so there are a lot of resources that are really and so that's how I look at it. The country immediately is concerned about developing when you use local resources, or they can invest rather than do this area.
Okay. Jimmy, what can you talk about the national debt, and more especially the foreign debt from China?
I think it's this is actually a question, and that we need a lot of people knowing about what's happening for them to take action. Most of our citizens, the local common guys, don't understand how much our countries are taking in debt. They finance a lot of these major projects from Chinese debt, and unfortunately, the Chinese people are not able. They don't care. They'll finance your project regardless of your political situation, regardless of your democratic situation. They don't care whether it's fair or not. They'll give you debt and pretend to be your friends. But at the end of the day, when you fail to repay that debt, that's when we'll be colonized, and the second wave of colonization will come in Africa, and the Chinese now will be our future callers and take our ports, our railways, our farms, our land, because we can't physically be able to repay most of the debt under the terms that they have given us. So I'll urge, obviously, a lot of listeners and viewers really talk to their representatives, challenge every expenditure that the government is incurring, and scrutinize it to make sure that they protect the future generations. Most people actually don't know that this is for our children, our grandchildren, the ones who will be experiencing the pain. And most of these leaders now who are signing these contracts and giving the cash won't even be there to pay this debt. So I think it's a good point, something that East Africans need to discuss, make sure that we don't become
So particularly, I read where Magufuli is one person who had to cancel a project where they had borrowed money from China to construct the port of Bagamoyo. Can you say something about that? You know about that project he cancelled?
Correct. So that was the Bagamoyo port. And Bagamoyo is just one of the towns near Indian Ocean, where obviously the depth enough where you can hold the port. And I think in the previous administration, there was an agreement already entered between the government of Tanzania and China to construct that port. And the way it was signed and agreed was that the Chinese control of that area, the port, and then would have no power over that port. They would have no visibility to what is happening within the port. They would have no ability to inspect the port. On top of all those requirements, there are other requirements that the Tanzanian government will not develop any other existing port. So basically, once you build a Bagamoyo port, you cannot develop the Tanga port and many other ports we have along the Indian Ocean. When Magufuli came into power, he looked into that contract and obviously figured that the terms were not favorable to our government. He figured that the people who signed the government probably were corrupt and just cashed the money. He signed the agreement and he decided to exit from the contract. We basically, we probably paid the penalty, I don't know for how much. He walked away from the agreement.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. But and that's why I say it's hard to come up with a dictator because of all things that he does to benefit Tanzanians.
Okay. At least he saved the Tanzanians because they were going to lose. And actually that is the same way in Kenya. The SGR, the railway line which was constructed with the Chinese loan. And do you know the collateral they put? It's the port of Mombasa. So if Kenya defaults in paying for the loan for the SGR, the Chinese would have to take the port of Mombasa. And it's not easy that Arerwe can pay for itself unless Kenya gets money from other places. So they are targeting to control all the ports in East Africa. Already they have taken Chiput, the port of Chiput. They already taken, and that is something our leaders sign that they need to know. Andrew, I don't know if in Uganda they have taken any.
Yes, we have the Entebbe Express Highway, which was a loan from China, and government tried to secure a loan for the SGR for Uganda, but it was for, I think, the Chinese mines. I think after the Kenya,
so they changed their mind.
Because China out of everyone is looking at Africa.
So that
what the Chinese have is the money, and what Africa needs is infrastructure development. We need roads, we need hospitals, we need all these things. So the Chinese are using these loans to entrap Africans in order, because they know the African governments will not be able to pay back. So they are using this as a pretext to get African resources.
Yeah, actually that
get
is
the ports, to get the mines, to get everything. And in the long run, 10 years, 20 years from now, it will be maybe Chinese. It will be owned by the Chinese because they will be owning our debt. Under their mercy will be like, okay, today we shall forgive you 16 billion. As long as you do this and do this and do this and do this for us. You support us in the UN, you support our resolutions, you know, things like that. So we are being trapped by these Chinese, and we, the young generation, we have to stand up.
Okay. About that.
Or unless, about that, because it's our children, our grandchildren who are going to suffer. All people care.
Now, Andrew,
all they care about, let me get this loan.
Oh, your network connection is down.
Oh, they care.
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you.
Okay. We lost you a little bit. We did not hear the last part.
Which?
Yeah,
I think I just kept on talking and talking and talking.
Okay. As you people in the diaspora now, you are more enlightened. Maybe a majority of people back on your country, they don't know about this debt. They only see a road being constructed. They see a structure going up. What can you do to enlighten the youth in the East Africa region? Jimmy.
Yeah, I think obviously now, you know, with the advancement in technology, I think it's very easy to try to get ourselves in East African youth. One, obviously using platforms like yours, like this one, where we obviously step up and join these platforms and speak up. Then try to go back home also as often as we can. I've seen people, people in the diaspora who come here and never visit back home. So if we can do that, that would be good. Also try to get involved, especially if you really want to make a change. We sometimes have to enter the arena. Those are probably my three suggestions how to influence the youth kind of question this issue.
Okay. Well, I think our time is over now. I think we will stop here. And thank you guys. We will continue. I think it's like this topic about the debt. We need to revisit it one of these days again. We talk about it. So I want to thank everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Until next time. Thank you.
Joining us.
Thanks.